Hey guys, this is the Villains Demand. I am Evan the Great. I'm here with JVD, and today we bring you another episode of Behind the Mask.
And today we're covering Carter Hall, Hawkman, the most confusion origin of all of comic books.
And it is. When you research this, you will see that come up in the search bar. And if you know him as a character, he's been from the Justice League cartoon all the way to the Smallville thing.
Isn't he on Flash now?
He's on Flash. He's freaking everywhere, and he's different everywhere.
He's very, very different everywhere. And that's mainly due because we have Carter Hall and we had Qatar Hall.
Yeah. Qatar.
And if you know anything about Hawkman, just to kind of give you background, he technically is like thousands and thousands of years old. He's a Thangarian, and he's cursed with immortality. And every time him and his lover, Sharon Carter, they are... Wow, Sharon Carter. They're, I think so. I'm not sure. It's Hawk Woman or Hawk Girl, whichever one you prefer to call them, die. They are resurrected.
Yeah.
And that resurrection has led to a lot of incontinuity with the character.
Yeah.
But I do believe now that after Dark Knight's Metal and the new Hawkman book, they're fixing all that right now. So,
I think they fixed quite a bit of it from what I've read.
Yes.
And through all the incarnations.
Because, I mean, technically they're still the same person.
Yeah.
But it's just so scattered, and the origin keeps changing.
He was a roller coaster, and now he's fixing it. He's getting on the
he's plateauing out there. But, anyways, he's a Thangarian, which kind of weird because you don't know if he's technically human when he reincarnates or if he's a Thangarian. Yeah. So, like I said, a lot of confusion there with this character. And if you ever hear anybody talk about this character, this is the thing they're going to complain about is what is what.
Yeah.
I mean, he's everywhere. But the one thing, as we start our Behind the Mask here, that Hawkman is known for is the Nth Metal. Mm-hmm. Originally known as the Ninth Metal, but now it's considered back as the Ninth Metal here after Dark Knight's Metal. So
we've talked about this metal before in the Deathstroke videos.
Yes. So yes, Deathstroke has some Nth Metal armor. So if you kind of give you an idea of how durable Nth Metal is, go check that out and check out Deathstroke's fight with Black Panther. So basically, originally the Nth Metal was just made of his harness and what little armor he originally had.
Yeah. His boots, his armor, and little armor.
Yeah. And because Hawkman originally hardly wore any armor at all. It was just
shit.
Yeah, it was just his harness that held his wings together. It was about as armor as he got.
It was like he was a wrestler.
He's a luchador. He's got a mask on with big wings. That might be a little Japanese right there for you. But basically, that allowed him to defy gravity, and his wings would mentally react through the Nth Metal, the magic of the Nth Metal, to allow them to flap, and he could fly. And originally, that, and it would give him some degree of strength.
Yeah.
And then it was, after a while, it was like, oh, it's just his regular strength, and then it went back to the Nth Metal.
Yep.
So basically, we're saying that the Nth Metal is not something that is set in stone. Its abilities are unknown. Like I said, he uses it to fly. It also gives him a degree of super strength. He can regenerate. Here recently, you learned that it's in the New 52. Yeah. It's almost like a living symbiote of metal.
I believe that his Nth Metal, if I had to put it's not as great as what Deathstroke has. Well, it's the same stuff, but it's not used the same way.
No, because his is legitimately it's armor.
Yeah.
And to me, if you look at Nth Metal, and you especially look at New 52 with the Savage Hawkman, it's like a symbiote. It's like living adamantium.
Yep.
Pretty much. But the thing is, where adamantium holds its shape once it's formed and it cannot be unchanged, New 52, he can morph the metal. So there's a degree there that you have to decide with when you're conversating this character for a battle. Is that something that's allowed?
Yeah, he's complicated as shit.
Yeah. So that's the thing here on is he able to do that? Is he able to morph the Nth Metal?
I think whatever it's morphed into when he starts is what he has.
Well,
so if he's got it,
what I'm getting to is if you read Hawkman here after Dark Knight's Metal, he's back to his old look.
Yeah, I have to read Dark Knight's Metal. I haven't read it yet.
Well, he's not in it.
I thought it was an nth.
He's in it, but it's nothing significant.
Okay, I'm gonna say I haven't read it yet.
I'm just going through the Savage Hawkman there, the New 52, where he's got like the claw.
Yeah.
That's like the shield, and he's got the axe, and the axe can morph into like his nth metal morphs into different weapons.
See that I hate that. I would allow that because that's the way he fights in the New 52.
But he's not that anymore.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you said he changed.
Yeah. Now he's back to his old look. Because
his old classic look is cooler and it's easier. The one from the animated series and then the old Hawkman that before that happened.
Yeah, it's just his nth metal is just armor. Okay. It's not reactive. And
that makes more sense.
It does. Because if you do that, basically most of the time Hawkman all you do is carry a mace.
Yeah.
So I don't like the reactionary nth metal, and that is Kator Hall. How do you pronounce that? But it's still Carter Hall. And to me, that is just, I can't tell you. I haven't read the new Hawkman series.
The more standard version of Hawkman is the classic look. Which
it's whatever you don't have in 52, basically.
So I agree with that.
So it doesn't react.
Nope.
It's not like a symbiote. So with that, he does have the armor with it, and it's usually like shoulder pads, maybe a breastplate. Maybe legs. He's got like bracers on his arms. Like shin bracers.
You don't have a whole lot.
Not a whole lot of armor. But for all of its properties, nth metal is basically like adamantium.
Yeah.
To a degree. But basically, Hawkman is known for it controls his wings and allows him to fly. The nth metal defies gravity, and that's
gives him a little bit of strength and durability.
Yes, he's about it allows him to lift 5 tons. So I mean that right there just clears the strength out anyways.
Yeah.
And which 5 tons is quite a bit. For a guy who's like you had mentioned earlier.
When we talk about that, like he probably flip over a semi truck?
No, a whole semi, maybe just the semi.
That's
itself,
what I'm talking about.
The truck, not the trailer.
It's bigger than a car. 2 tons of car.
Yeah,
I'm thinking big ass truck. But. So
yeah, I mean he can do 10. He can do 5 tons, but like I said,
half Spider-Man strength or 3/4.
He's getting up around Spider-Man's level. But. And the thing is, like we had talked about beforehand, and you said before, I thought he was a lot stronger than that.
So did I, man.
That's what you had said.
It's just weapons that he's wielded and all the freaking different incarnations he's had.
Yeah. But when you get down to it, strength-wise, nth metal gives him about he's about a 5 ton, which is actually pretty strong.
It's pretty strong.
I mean, it's a good 10,000 pounds.
Yeah.
So that's a lot. He could literally toss a Tyrannosaurus if he wanted to, probably. It also gives him a healing factor. To a degree, and you kind of do see this in 52 too, but it has always been there. Where and the main thing that you've always seen is it's not like Wolverine levels or Deadpool levels, but he had an arm missing, and it had healed completely back by the end of the issue. So
when he dies, he regenerates the whole body.
Well, if he dies here, he's done. Once he makes it the crossover collision, he's done. So yes, I mean, he could probably heal fast from cuts, bullet punctures, as long as they're not hitting any vital organs. But any major damage, he would not be able to recover from on the spot.
Yep.
Also, it lets him, because his helmet is made of the nth metal, it allows him to see for miles.
Like a bird.
Yes, so his vision is out of this world. And it also enhances his hearing, much like it would an animal. So, and like we talked about, is it living metal? We don't know, but hopefully with this new run, they'll solve a lot of that, because you look at the New 52, like he gets shot at a vital spot, and he still feels the pain, but the nth metal is almost symbiote-like, and it comes up to where the bullet's at, and the bullet hits it still hurts him, but it doesn't puncture him. So, but like I said, the whole liquid metal thing,
too much.
Because here's the thing. As we're talking about nth metal, let's go to weapons, because his weapons are made that, and he's very archaic when it comes to weaponry. And his main weapon is the mace. Big old mace. And that's what I like about Hawkman. Yeah. He's up there two-handing this mace. He's also been seen using axes, bolas, daggers, swords, spears. He's even had a shield at one time.
His weapons are a lot like Wonder Woman's weapons.
Yeah, well, he's like a D&D character.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Now, and this is one of the things where we were talking about with the living metal that is nth metal. In the New 52, he could make a freaking gun.
No, not this.
And the thing is, it's like all of a sudden, boop, he's got a gun. Now, don't get me wrong, and on Thangarian, there's guns.
Yeah.
And when the wingmen will use them, but he has been trained when he was going by Nightwing.
Yeah.
When one of his incarnations, he did use a pistol and gun, so he is a marksman. But it's something that you don't see until then.
Yeah.
So as we're saying right now, that is a no-go.
I think it's a no-go.
No-go at all. But it is there just in case he's in a, anytime it ever shows up, we have talked about it. Because it's pretty destructive.
Yeah.
So, because he uses it and basically is blowing off the cannons on his spaceship.
That's nuts.
Yes. The one weapon I think that he's really known for, which will probably never be used in a crossover collision, is the Claw of Horus.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
We're not using a weapon that he had to hit Superman with.
Yes, and basically what he told Superman is, I just hit you with a planet. And if you ever seen that Batman versus Superman crossover, the Public Enemies animated movie, it's there too. So if you want an idea...
One problem I have with matchups, where they take these characters online and they put them together, if they research everything and they pull these items and put them in here on ours, we're not doing that.
Yeah,
it's what they normally would have.
It's one-time feats.
He does not carry that around. For one, if he carried that around,
he would beat everybody.
He'd beat everybody, and they would have a lot of people coming to take it from him.
Yeah,
they're not going to let him.
Yeah, it's a powerful Thangarian artifact, and
because what if somebody else picked it up?
Yeah, exactly. So literally, it's.
You manage Deathstroke, he gets it from you. Good luck.
Yeah, right. I mean, okay. Imagine if Deathstroke had it. I mean, if you look at what the God Killer swords were, Deathstroke recently had. If you look how nuts he was with those.
Yep.
So there you go. But yes, we're talking about it because you never know.
Yeah.
But his standard weaponry, we need to get this out of the way for crossover collisions. Definitely the mace.
Yep.
I would say bolas for sure.
Yes.
Now the thing is there any other of these weapons that we talked about? Axe, dagger, sword, spear, a shield that he would standardly carry on him until
most of the time. I think he carries a ranged bola weapon. Is that the range?
Yeah, it's a bola you throw and trip people up.
And he has his mace, and he has his harness, and he has his armor. That is what he standardly would carry, if you ask me.
Yes, because it's rare.
And as a fanboy of the cartoon, that's what he had all the time.
Yes, exactly. Because it's very uncommon to see all the other weapons. There was a time he had the belt that had the daggers and the swords on it, but most of the time, even when he started using the mace. That's what he's known for. So those are your standard weapons for Hawkman. Mace, bolas.
Yep.
So as we covered, most of his physical abilities come from the nth metal, his strength, regeneration. To get back on there, let's talk about his wings. His wings are an extension of his body.
Yep.
And with the nth metal, allow him to fly very fast.
Yeah.
I was trying to look up speeds for Hawkman. The one speed I found was 225 miles per hour. It's pretty fast.
I couldn't find none of the speeds, I don't think.
Yes, that is the only thing I found. I found two speeds.
It just said he can control himself like a bird in the air.
Yes. I also had seen, and I had seen this in books, just looking up feats and whatnot. In a dive bomb, he can reach up to 500 miles per hour. That is pretty fast.
Yep.
To hit somebody like that would really hurt them.
Yes.
So, but the thing is, his wings are also an extension of his body. He can use them in combat.
Yep.
In the New 52, which, like I said, the nth metal is everywhere on him.
Also, sorry to stop. I think you can actually also cut the harness off.
Yes.
Because I know that Deathstroke's done it before, but I can't remember where that lies in.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody else has done it too. I can't remember. I think it's fell up twice.
Yeah, but he can technically use wings as arms. So he can hit you with them, and he's hurt people with them.
Which adds an element to surprise.
Yes, because you wouldn't think that with a guy with wings,
that
he would slow swing with a punch, and you would try to back up, and he would just duck low in the wing, would hit you in the face. It's a very useful weapon, and it's part of his body. So, physically, like we had said, he gets a lot of this from the nth metal.
Yeah.
He's very super soldier-like. He's dodged bullets very closely. He's as fast as you can get. His reflexes as fast as you can get. Most of that is what you see in the air.
Yes.
You don't see a lot of that on the ground with him. So it's almost like being in the air with his wings is his advantage. On the ground, not so much. I mean, think about it. When was a lot of times have you ever seen Hawkman fight standing on the ground?
I mean, some, but most of the time he's flying down. It's pop, pop,
yeah,
pop,
he's
pop.
flying down on you and swinging with that mace. So, like I said, his big advantage is being in the air with these wings. A main thing people probably don't realize about Hawkman is due to his basically countless lives, he is a brilliant tactician because he has learned many fighting styles on Earth and Fangar. So, I mean, there's styles there that you typically probably wouldn't see on Earth with like Batman that he knows. And like I said, and it makes him, when it comes to fighting, there's stuff he's going to throw that you're typically not going to see. And I wouldn't say that he is a master of everything, but he's a pretty good expert when it comes to, because he's lived so many different lives. And each life, even though he's an archaeologist and somewhat of a scientist, he's almost like he's taking a different path in each one of them. Like the Nightwing thing, it's almost like a spy.
Yes.
You know, so I mean, there's a lot of things there that he has learned when it comes to fighting and tactician. Like I said, he's also an excellent marksman. As when he was Nighthawk, I kept calling him Nightwing. My bad, excuse me. That's really horrible of me to do.
That's cool. I called somebody else Nightwing in another video.
Yeah. you also said that you loved Dick one time when you were referring to Nightwing. So, but yes, he's an excellent marksman due to his life as Nighthawk. But you will not see any of that here because until we decide in a fight that the inframetal gun counts, the marksman thing's not going to count. But I guess if you're throwing bolas, I guess that would. Your hand-eye coordination right there as being a marksman throwing bolas.
Yeah, I mean, his marksman would come in with that. Yeah.
So, but other than that, with Hawkman, unless you got anything to add, there's not a whole lot to the character due to the jumping around of all the incarnations.
5-ton strength. What I've gathered, I know he can like rip car doors off and stuff.
Oh, yeah, well, he's extremely durable.
He's durable and he's strong, and his weapons are good, and he fights better in the air, and his vision is insane.
Yeah. Like I said, he's got some pretty good durability. He survived blows from super high beings. Can't forget that.
Black Adam, I researched it on a few different sites, and both of them said the same thing, that Black Adam punched him once before. And he did not knock him out. So, I mean, Black Adam, he don't hold punches, so he can take a hit.
But is that him taking the hit, or is that the inframetal?
Good question.
So, like I said, there's a whole lot there, and that changes, like I said, that changes it if it's not this whole liquid metal that reacts to stuff. So,
plus it's the different riders and shit, a lot of.
You have to take that into effect, yes.
Because I'm thinking my typical Hawkman, I don't care what anybody says, and I'll probably get a bunch of DC fanboys arguing with me. If Black Adam wanted to beat Hawkman's ass, he'd come down and do it. I feel like he's not on that level.
Well, he fought a mind-controlled Superman, and Superman knocked him unconscious with a punch. So how come, and that was an earlier book.
You would have to have a special weapon or armor to fight them with.
Claw Force.
Yeah.
So
you would have to have that.
And the thing is it even quick enough to hit Black Adam with?
Yeah. Anyway,
and that is a lot of problems, it seems, with DC characters. It's either you're on Batman's level, you're on Superman's level, and if you're in the middle, you're going both ways.
Yep.
Solomon Grundy's one of those guys. Lobo's one of those guys. Etrigan the Demon's one of those guys. With Hawkman, you're kind of getting what we're saying here. I mean, would the punch kill him? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it'd probably severely hurt him due to the inframetal saving him. But like I said, it's not liquid metal, so I guess maybe it just all depends on where he hits him. Besides, if he kills him, he's just going to be reincarnated.
Yep.
So, but I guess that wraps this up for Hawkman. If you're interested in buying some comics for Hawkman, his first appearance is in the Flash Comics #1.
I saw that.
Back when the comics were actually called whatever comics.
1940?
Yeah, it's pretty old. Yeah, it's pretty old.
Good luck getting that.
So, but that's been this episode from Behind the Mask. Make sure you check out Hawkman and our crossover collisions. For the Villains Man, I'm JVD.
I'm Evan the Great.
Keep reading, guys.